Shalom. I'd like to start this lesson by saying Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and to the hopeful elect pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Now, this lesson will be entitled Free Will, because it's going to be a short one, but just to show how we don't have really free will. And it's kind of silly because we were created from the beginning. We were predestined with our purpose from back then. Right? So I'm going to start off at First Ephesians 1 and 5. You start off at 4. According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. Right? So back in number 4, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. So before the foundation of the world is at the beginning. So we go to Genesis. Right? Now, it says in the beginning, I'm going to read it verbatim. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Right? So you go to the word God. In the Hebrew, it's actually Elohim. Right? Which actually means angels, divine ones, rulers, judges, gods. So gods. Right? Now, when you read it, it says God. Now, the blueprint to create everything was Yahweh's plan, of course, but he gave it to Yahweh Shai and the angels, who are the first fruits, who are the elect, right, to create everything. So back then, we already had our jobs, right? First, Yahweh Shai was created. He had his job, right? And then he created the angels, the elect. They had their jobs. So from then, we already predestined. We had our job back then, right? Right? We were there in the beginning. Now we'll be there at the end. So we'll go back to First Ephesians. So according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, right, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. Right? So back then, we already had our job. We already created for a purpose. Now, we go to 1 Corinthians. It's 14:32. Okay. So when people say, basically free will is not a thing, or Slakia, they say free will is a thing, right? We have free will. Scriptures cut that all up, because right here. Okay, 32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. For Yahweh is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in the churches and the saints. So spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So if you're prophesying today, that means you were doing it in your past life, and life before this, right? If you were an athlete at one point, you were an athlete back then. If you were doing, anything you were doing now, right? Actually, I'll just go to it. No, that's not it. Right, Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Right? So like anything that happens now has happened before. You know, like Egypt. We have the pharaohs, you know, enslaving the Israelites. Right? Just like in Babylon. You had the kings enslaving the Israelites. And the Rome enslaving the Israelites. America enslaving the Israelites. Or, you know, America and other countries, but more primarily America enslaving the Israelites. Nothing has changed. There's no new thing under the sun. Right? So there's no such thing as free will. Right? Everything that's happened has happened before. Right? Everything we're doing is what we're supposed to be doing. Right? It's already predestinated by Yahweh. Right? So the elect were the first fruits. They were there with Yahweh Shai when he created the planets. Right? So if you're a prophet, you're prophesying now, you're going to, like, you've done this before. Now, we don't know what happens. Now, we don't know how he died. But we know that we've done this before because we're doing it right now. Right? Now, with that being said, that you still have to have the faith and the hope, you know, praying to Yahweh Shem Shai that you are one of the hopeful elect and you can be saved because, you know, there are people that follow the truth, but you don't know who it's going to be. So you just got to keep doing your works, you know, pray, you know, have the hope that you are one of the elect and just keep doing the work and just keep working. You know, it's, you know, it's not too much to this because I didn't want to make it too long, but pretty much, you know, you just be like, for me, I'm just happy, you know, through Yahweh Shem Shai that I'm in the truth and I'm doing the work, and he's brought me into the truth, and he's brainwashing me with the holy waters, you know, the Spirit, to be a man of the Lord, right? And Yahweh Ratazad that I'm one of the elect. But if I'm doing this right now, I was doing this before. So anything you're doing right now, you've done it before. Now, we don't know what the end goal is or end result, but we know right now, in this moment, this is what we've been doing before. So that's it on that. I hope this lesson was edifying. I'll close out by saying, Ka Halal Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Rakat Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect, pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Death and destruction to his wicked kingdom, and the 2/3 as well. Kwam Yasharala, Abal Dabal, Shalom.